Hello fellow engineers and welcome to Power to the People. Now I've often been asked, is an electrical engineer an actual engineer? And I thought what better way than learning to answer that question than becoming one? And this might surprise you because this is a serious question that requires a serious answer. I'm actually going to do the tutorial. Right, so here we are in Tutorial Town, population 10, and we've got this very trustworthy chap teaching us what to do. Pretty much looks like me before I grew my beard. Welcome to Power to the People and congratulations for your promotion to... What? Wow, this game is harsh. They really put you at the bottom rung of the ladder. Or not even that. They put you under the ladder. And he has the cheek to call it a promotion. I don't know what I was before. So this guy, he was called Bob. And he said he was the power architect before you. So I understand why he's wearing the hard hat and the high vis now. He's been promoted from architect to engineer. Good work, Bob. I hope we can follow in your footsteps. So basically, he's telling us top right, this is our customer satisfaction. If it drops below 50%, it's game over. Right, so up here we have the date, the time. We have the wind speed and the temperature. That all affects our network, apparently. And then along the bottom, we have all these icons. These are the buildings and other things that we can plop down. And then over here on the left, we have the power stats. So basically, this town, they need 8.36 megawatts. Megawatts? Milliwatts? Mattwatts? So now that's out of the way, let me explain a thing or two about how things work. So you can deliver power to these ungrateful customers. I love that electrical engineers are just as bitter as civil engineers. So he said, first thing we have to do is create one of these, a power plant that produces high voltage. And we've got a handy little guide there. That's the power plant. It takes pylons to a substation. Then the substation converts it from high voltage to low voltage, where you can distribute it amongst your city. So we'll click on this. We're going to build a gas-fired plant, which produces 100 megawatts. We only need 10. And can you see our city has the white dash line? We cannot build in there. And also we've got to be careful. Can you see the power plant has this orange area. Now, we've got to make sure that's outside of the town as well. So we're going to plop this over there on the green spot. Also, I'm starting to really appreciate this guy. He loves the pun as well. He says, I know, that hurts my feelings too. Get it? Hurts. Anyway, we're going to plonk this over there. And whoa, that did get plonked. That dropped from whoa high. Yeah, but there it is, producing electricity. So next up, we come down here and we build a substation. So we plonk that there. Oh, that was well and truly plonked. And this turns the high voltage, which we can travel long distances, to the low voltage that we can spread throughout the town. So from the power plant, high voltage pylons, and then from the substation, low voltage cables. Although, is this really the best route? It's making me put it into water. Screw the maintenance of these. That's someone else's problem. Yes, we really are thinking like an architect. And then time flies forward, and it's the end of day one. So we've got all our stats here. You can see we're selling our power for more than it costs to produce, so we make profit. Oh, I love this guy. He's literally an engineer. So we've just told us that we've looked at the profit, which you have made for your overlords. Yes, of course, as an engineer, you don't get to keep the profit. Some suited corporate guy above you gets to. So let's continue. Oh, and we got another pun. Click on the arrow button at the bottom of the window to close the end of day report and carry on. Yeah, I'm gaining new respect for electrical engineers. And basically, he's just told us when the day ends, we can do what we want. But as soon as we hit play, there's no pausing again until the day ends. And then he told us a few more bits of advice, something about an explosion. And then a bit of a warning that we might hear words like incompetent and unskilled being thrown at us. But that's because we're an architect, so what would we expect? All right, so here we are in our new city. Now, we've been told some dumbass in the City Council Urban Planning Commission allowed for more houses to be built without letting us know. This is super realistic game, not gonna lie. So you can see our city here, population 29, uses 24.6 megawatts of electricity. But if we look on the demand trend here, you can see in just 12 hours time, that will go up to nearly 40 megawatts. So he's just shown us what happens if we don't do anything. We get some explosions. All right, so Bob has buggered off and he's been replaced by this person. She's just told us we can repair by doing that. And electricity is running again. All right, and basically, she's just told us if we look at this, we can see our generation capacity is 80 megawatts. So we've got plenty, but we're only supplying 30. That's because there's a limit as to how much power you can put down your power lines, how much can go to the substation. And basically, if we hover over all of these, so you can see currently coming from our biomass plant is 36 megawatts. We can up that to 80. So that's coming along these high voltage voltage power lines, they can hold up to 100. And then in the substation, you can see that's taking the 36 and it's outputting 33. So there's a little bit of loss there, 2.78 it says there. That can hold up to 50, which is plenty. But then down here, our low voltage power lines, they are over capacity, hence the explosion we just saw. So we need to add some more low voltage power lines to try and split this up. So if we build another line along here, you can see when we hover over these now, 21 coming out there, 12 coming out there. Lovely. Right, so I've just been told this biomass plant, obviously it produces a certain amount of energy and it sort of varies throughout the day depending on how much they put in it, how much is being used, etc. So what we can do, we can store that power, that excess power that isn't being used, in batteries. And basically there's different types. There's some that release energy quickly and there's some that release it slowly. The slow release ones you sort of want to combine with like solar and wind production because you don't know when you're going to get that burst of energy suddenly, and you sort of want to build up your power so you've got lots and lots stored. And then when people need it, when they stick their kettle on during half time of the football, you know, it doesn't ruin the grid. But in this case, we're going to use the lithium-ion battery farm, which is a well-balanced one. So we'll plonk one of these down here. Boosh, and then we connect it with the high voltage pylons, and then at the moment we got 62 megawatts coming down there. 37 is going to the substation and being used by our city down here, and the rest is coming along this line, 25, where it's being stored in our new battery farm. And then should this go down or should demand exceed what this can produce, this will produce the power. Or even more useful, look in the top right, the biomass plant is going down for maintenance in 18 hours. So if we can store enough electricity, these guys will never know. All right, so next up, there is a research tree like all good games, and every day we gain a research point. We currently have 11, so we're going to spend 2 of them on staff training, which means maintenance downtime in power plants is reduced by 50%. So when that biomass plant goes down, it won't be down for as long. And look, we have impressed our senior. She is happy and very proud of us, but she's buggering off home and Bob's back. I've worked both their shifts. Like, what's going on? This is like the opposite of how architects work in real life. They don't do any hours. Oh no, Bob's not happy. He says the batteries are expensive. He recommends we just skip the maintenance cycle. Oh, Bob, the bitter and twisted engineer. He literally does not care anymore. But as he's our boss, we're going to press skip the next maintenance cycle as he suggests. There's a 20% chance it's going to go wrong. Do we want to? Yes. Oh no, and look who's back. She's not happy that this power plant is now on fire a little bit. So we're going to perform some maintenance, get that fixed. The power plant will be offline for 3 hours though. Blimey. So do we have enough power in this to cope? You can see on the power lines, there's no power coming from there now. It's all coming from our battery farm. Yeah, we completed the tutorial. Nice. So now we've got the basics. Let's go get involved and see what happens. So this is the world map. And currently nowhere is unlocked except for up here. Vejla Jacobstad. I'm sorry, people that live there. I definitely didn't pronounce those right. So we're in Denmark. This is the power grid map graph thing. You can see they have cold winters, hot summers. Well, not very hot, like 16 degrees. It's like colder than England. We're currently in March, so temperatures are pretty low, between 4 and 5 degrees. It's fairly windy and a little bit wet. Each level has different perks and challenges. So in this one, customers only get unhappy after an hour without power. They don't get unhappy straight away because they take it as an opportunity to light some candles and cozy up. Lots of people eat at home, so there's no power usage spikes for restaurants at dinner time, because that's what you've got to remember about power. Like different times of day, there's different sorts of things that will start running. Like meal times is when restaurants open up. They use a lot of power to cook food. However, not in this level. And then finally, we got 20% discount on wind turbines, and the offshore ones are unlocked from the up. So let's get involved and let's see what we've got. So Vejla has 13 people. They need 8.2 megawatts. So first off, if we head into this button, the build power plants menu, you can see now we've got all sorts of things unlocked. We've got diesel generators, wind turbines, coal-fired plant, offshore wind turbines, gas-fired plant, solar farms, and biomass plants. So looking at the top left, the wind is gusting 20.7 meters a second. So I'm tempted to go for a bit of wind. They produce 22. You can see here the ideal wind speed is over 8 meters a second. So that's pretty good. I might grab one of them. We've been highlighted all the areas where we can put these, and they can only go on elevated areas. So we're going to plonk one up there. So there we go. Wind power. So next up, we're going to need a substation. So we can do a local one for 7.5 grand. That can only take 35 megawatts, or we can do a basic one for 50. How much does our wind produce? Up to 22. So I think it's probably safer to go for a basic one, because then we can add another windmill to the network without the substation blowing up. Whereas that one could be a bit dangerous. So yeah, it's worth the 2.5 grand, I think. So we'll plonk that there. And then we've just got to do the high voltage cables, then the low voltage cables. And we just got to spread them through town. So we'll go up to that end. We'll go up to that end. All right, so now we have a network. We are producing electricity. Hopefully we're producing money. One thing we do need to be careful of though, it's not going to be windy all the time. So we've reached the end of the first day. We've made a bit of profit. Lovely. But I'm going to need to store some energy. So we'll come into our batteries and we'll try and find the best solution. So flywheel releases it quickly. So I don't think that's what we want for our wind power. We want something that releases slowly. Probably a molten salt facility, because this says good complement for renewable energy. Its maximum output is 40 megawatts and it can hold 320. It does cost 1,000 a day, which is all of our profit gone. But we don't want people to be without power. So let's grab one of them. We need to find somewhere flat that isn't in radius. Maybe back there, because if you try and build on these, can you see like there's lumps there? Look at the price of that, 62 grand. So I think we'll build this back there for 30, and then we'll just do some pylons out the back up to there. Nice. So now we're storing some energy. Look, the bar is going up very, very slowly. Yeah, we can increase that. Obviously, we can build another wind turbine, and I think why not? So I assume they're now linked, or are they not? Do they need their own turbine? They might need their own turbines. Let's just do that. I'm not sure, but let's go to the next day. Let's fast forward. Oh, and look at that. We made 5 grand. Living the dream. We've also got some research points now. So we've got 2. Is it worth doing any of these? Let's train our staff. Always good to train people. And back here you can see our molten salt facility. It's completely full. 320 megawatts completely filled up already. Is it worth building another one? I think I might do. 30 grand. So it's in. Let's fast forward through the next day, and we've completely filled that as well. Maybe I did too many turbines. All right, so you can see here the city has expanded. Now these guys on the end, they have no power. So we need to expand our low voltage power lines to the end of that road. Oh, and look, you can see tomorrow the wind speed is going to drop below 7. So that means we won't be producing any wind power. So I'm just going to build another storage facility. Fail to prepare to fail. All right, let's fast forward through this date. Oh no, Icarus down. So basically the wind turbine manufacturer ballsed up something, and we expect the wind turbines to malfunction in a while. Hopefully we can fill up this new storage thing. So then we'll have 3, which I think means we'll have plenty. Because what do these store each? 320 megawatt hours. And looking at this number, that's probably like a day, if that. 385 a day we're using. So you can see here the total energy demand was 386 a day. So we've essentially got 3 days stored up. So we can last 3 days without wind. We haven't got enough money at the moment to be able to afford another battery. We've also got unhappy people. Why are you unhappy? What's wrong, mate? 1% higher power usage due to cold weather. Is that why you're upset? Oh, but look, our city is expanding up there, so we need to give them power. Pylons up to you. There you go. The lights are now on in that convenience store. Oh, I don't know what that shaking was, but let's fast forward. We haven't got 30 grand. Right, there you go. The wind turbines have malfunctioned. So we can say perform maintenance on those. It'll be offline for 3 hours, and the same on that one. And I might just build another storage. All out storage, I say. So these guys are out now, and you can see the power is literally just coming from the batteries. There's no power coming along these pylons. But the city's coping fine, although they've just built across the other side of the bridge. So we're going to have to build pylons across a bridge. Is that even a thing? Yes, apparently it is. Nice. And now this guy in his luxury villa with swimming pool, he has power. All right, so we're basically just fast forwarding because look, we've got 4 substations. We've got 4 days worth of safety. We're making cash every day, 6 grand. Although the city is always expanding. We're up to 20 people now. Look, they've just built this across the road from the villa. A nice little park. On the demand trend though, it's going to go up. It's nearly up to 30. So once we got the cash, we may need to build some more. But I think for now, we're literally just going to fast forward. We have completed this, mate. Electrical engineering, easy. 7 grand in the bank. Although, whoa, what's happening? What's happening? Why is everyone unhappy? The medical clinic has no power. Oh, God. How did I miss that? The mayor just phoned up as well. Oh, God. My niece called because she's getting tired of running the ventilators in the ICU with a hand crank. Yep, my bad. I missed that. I was too focused on making money. So you can see the electricity is running up to there now. So that should cheer them up. There you go. They're still unhappy, but they do have electricity now. The lights are on. Oh, I'm just wondering why everyone's complaining. They're over here. The mayor of Medjugorje. Oh, man, people are revolting. They've got pitchforks and flames. Right, sorry, guys. I honestly did not even see that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to expand the network, or are we going to build them a new network? I'm not sure we can afford a new network, so I think we might expand. So we'll take a pylon from about there, come over this way. This is a lot of money. Oh goodness, I'm not sure I can even afford it. 10 grand for a substation. I can't afford it, guys. Oh dear. What just blew up as well? I heard an explosion. There's too much power coming down that line. We need to split it up. Oh, this is all gone wrong. Right, repair that. New low voltage line. Come down to there. Right, we fixed this problem. There's too much power coming down this line. We had to split it up, so that's fine. But next up, we just need some money. So I'm sorry, people that live here. I will try and build soon, I promise. I'll put the pylons in so they can at least see we're doing something. We're working on it. But I have 0 money, so we're going to have to fast forward to the end of the day. I got 9 grand. Unfortunately, not enough. Although I could put a local substation in. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Local substation. We'll plonk it there. Can we afford to connect these? 3 grand. Not enough funds. Oops. But we made 10 grand. So we can now afford to build that. So that goes in there. The local power lines go along there, down that road as well. And then they should have power, and we can spend some research points. We've got 9 to spend. I'll tell you what, we're going to do upgraded generators. That's 5% power increase. Yes, please. And then we'll get some composite turbine blades, which increases the wind turbine power by 10% and allows them to work at a lower wind speed. All right, so now we'll press play, and hopefully all these guys will be happy again. Apparently they don't have enough power still. So they need 5.3. How much are they getting? They should be getting plenty. I'm thinking perhaps, do these release energy too slowly? All right, let's save up 32 grand. And buy some more turbines. Man, it was going so well, and now it's going so wrong. We made 16 grand though, so if we fast forward another day, there we go. We have enough money to build another wind turbine. So let's shove this there, and we'll see, does this make these happy? Yes, it does. All right, so I think basically what happened, the batteries, they were being used to meet the demand, but the output was too slow, meaning not enough electricity was getting down here, but now they're fine. Okay, so after another day, is everyone now happy? Customer satisfaction, 100%. We made 20 grand. We are making some cash now. So this city has expanded a bit, so we need to build some low voltage power lines, some up there, extend those ones up there. Meanwhile, this place is all okay. Sweet. We do need to save money, because look, there's a new city being built in 5 days, and I think that's what this was. So we do need to sort of keep our eyes peeled and make sure we don't miss the city be built this time. Amateur mistake, really. But right now, I'm going to invest in my transformers, because that means they won't explode as quickly, which would be nice. And then we'll also make the power losses at them be reduced by 25%. Right, so you can see here, although we built cables for these guys, can you see as power leaves the substation, the power along the lines, it's like quite bright, and as it goes further and further, it sort of fades. Now that's because low voltage, it can't travel as far. That's why we use these massive pylons to transport electricity in high voltage. So what I might do, we've got capacity in there, so I might just do that. So now this guy has power because the electricity is going both routes. Cool. All good. Oh, and you can see the wind has stopped, which means one of our battery farms was being used. So glad we got the batteries. Definitely helping. Is it worth building more of them, or do I build more wind turbines? We've got 4 days until the new city is built. I might do both. So another battery there and another wind turbine there. And we made another cool 24 grand. There's a lot of money in electricity. Right, so next up, can you see this has expanded up to there? But I don't think our power will spread that far. I think we have just about got power up there, but you can see it's really, really faded. You can barely see it on those lines. So what we might need is like another substation like over here to do this side of the city if it keeps expanding that direction. But I think for now, we're doing all right. Aha, a new city called Bodholt has been founded all the way over there. Blimey, that's really far away. So we're going to do pylons from here all the way over to there. That's 20 grand. So I think we'll do up to there, and then we'll build our substation. We want a basic substation, I think. So that goes in there, and then it's just a case of doing that sort of thing. And these guys are covered, although we have carnage up here. Oh no, what has happened? Oh god. Oh god. There's explosions. Repair. So basically this substation is receiving too much power. I think we need another substation. So as we've got the money, I think we'll do that down here. We'll connect in there. Then I think we fixed that. We've got some unhappy people for some reason, but this substation is no longer on power. That's because we added this one in. So that's all good. This place is fine as well, I think. And then our new city, we've just got to extend the power lines up that road. Oh god, it happened again. It happened again. Repair. All right, so these are actually getting too much power. I tell you what, it might be worth... Oh god, it's just blown up again. It might be worth coming off like there. Because I think all of our power is coming down one line and it's over 100 megawatts now. And that's all a pylon can cope with without blowing up. So yeah, we've just split into two networks basically. Which sort of means as soon as the wind stops, then all of the electricity will come through these lines and then maybe they will be overcharged. So is it worth doing like a bypass route for these pylons up to there just so these don't explode? So if the wind does stop and all of our electricity comes from the batteries, it gets split two directions so nothing explodes. In my head that works. Whether it does actually work, we'll have to see. All right, too much power coming down there. I'm going to do another route. So we're coming out of this substation 3 different ways. Oh no, that tree just fell on... No! Right, so that tree just wrecked our new power line. We've got to use the bulldozer tool to get rid of it. And then we can repair. And there we go. And our wind turbines are down for maintenance. So you can see the batteries are being used. And the city cope fine. Although there's a few unhappy people. Are you unhappy, mate? Do you not have any power? What if we do that? Does that help you? Right, I'm finding there's a lot of explosions when you do... when you try and deal with electrical engineering. I think basically the amount of power coming down there is too much. So we'll do another line over to this. Has that helped? It's still pretty red. Is it worth deleting that line? All right, but we're making 55 grand a day now. We're like rolling in money. I think I can finally see the pull of electrical engineering. And yeah, really, really interesting game. I never knew there was so much involved in electricity. I feel like my solution is a bit of a mess. There's sort of daily explosions. But yeah, really fun game. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. But otherwise, I'll say peace, love, and electrical engineers are actually engineers. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.